everybody loves a success story, and Mike, as we're waiting out in the hall, we asked you if you had one, and you just wouldn't tell us. You were saving it for the group, so I'm just curious what that story is.
Well, a lot of it goes back, as I alluded to earlier, the Patrick Law Group, because part of it, I really appreciated how hard it is for a NAMWOLF firm to kind of get that foot in the door. And you know, what they did, because it was an incremental point, you know, and over a 2-year period, they started to build a relationship, and that started here. Now, some of that was them, and some of that was us. And you know, they took the time to understand who we were, what we did, and they put together a completely undefensible, there's no way you can't pick us argument, because they had everything that we needed in the space that we were looking at. They do transactional contracting work. We are really focused in certain areas, particularly in the digital world. We are attempting to do things to rotate customers to the new, to disrupt their environments so that they're doing things that are far more innovative than they're comfortable with. And every time we had this discussion, and particularly when we were doing the vendor analysis, it was like, okay, you're doing, and it wasn't like we told them, they were telling us, you guys do digital. Let me tell you the last deal that I did. And it was right spot on the money. And again, some of that was coaching. And we spent the time to make sure that they were ready to have an intelligent conversation, but they already had the bona fides. And part of it really focused on the level of effort they made to ensure that we were paying attention and to ensure that they got the shot. So, part of the story, and obviously this is a session that's limited to in-house counsel only, some of this is, you've got to proselytize your own organizations, which, really help, but some of it is telling these firms, look, this is the way you go about doing it. Now, it's hard in a session like this because not everybody's going to come prepared to talk to a Walmart about what Walmart does, because they don't even know they're going to meet somebody from Walmart if they haven't been here long enough. But the notion of helping these firms appreciate, if you're going to show up at an event like this, be open to talking to everybody, have your targets, be ready to go, and know something about their business, because otherwise you're one of a bunch of firms that just happens to be talking to somebody on any given day. But I can't begin to describe how incredibly impressed we have been with the Patrick Law Group, and I can't wait to give them an assignment.
I want to open it up to the rest of the panelists. If you have a success story, we'd love to hear it.
This is, I guess, a story that has happened over time, but I guess that's the way it really should. There is a firm that Wells Fargo uses that we had good success with, and that is Sanchez and Amador. They do litigation work for us. And the first time, I guess, they really got on my radar in terms of my diversity council work was we were asking around about certain firms, and pretty much everybody asked about this particular firm. They were very happy with the work that was being done. And then actually last night on the bus, coming back, I think it was actually going to the gala that we had last night, got a chance to talk to an attorney at that firm, and they mentioned to me that there was apparently a matter that Wells Fargo had that apparently we hired another firm and the firm screwed up, and that actually retained Sanchez and Amador to fix what the other firm had done. So to me, those are signs of confidence that the company has in a particular firm when you pretty much uniformly get good feedback from people that you talk to that have used the firm. And when we hire a firm to fix something that somebody that we hired previously had messed up, I think that speaks well of what the level of service that that particular firm is giving to our company.
So we've used in particular two NAMWOLF firms, Benton Potter and Murdoch, and the PCT Law Group. We've had success with both of them, great ones. I'll talk a little bit about one that I've worked on with the PCT Law Group. It was an employment case, and it was the first time we were using this firm. We had a fixed fee arrangement with them, and it was an area of law where the regs were not crystal clear for the issue at hand, and some court decisions were a little bit inconsistent, and seemingly there was some court opinions that didn't seem like it was the right law. It was favorable to us, but we weren't really sure that that was the right way to go. But so it was an interesting case, and worked well with PCT Law Group. It was in the Rocket Docket, if any of you are familiar with that, in the Eastern District of Virginia, where you have to do everything super quick. We were, from when the complaint was filed, I think, to when we were scheduled to go to trial, we had like maybe about 6 months, and the court actually gave the other side a 30-day extension of discovery, but wouldn't move the trial date or the summary judgment briefing date. So we had to file summary judgment before discovery was even closed in order to get the ruling from the court, hopefully before trial. As it turned out, we had oral argument on the summary judgment motion the morning that trial was supposed to start in the afternoon. So not exactly a cost-effective approach to resolving your dispute, because you still had to prepare for trial. And we had to even take some trial testimony for witnesses that couldn't be live at the trial. But we prevailed at summary judgment, and it was then appealed to the Fourth Circuit. We prevailed there. It was appealed en banc to the Fourth Circuit. We prevailed there, and it was appealed to the Supreme Court, and we prevailed there. And PCT Law Group worked with us all the way through. So, and in a very cost-effective way. The fixed fee part of it was just up until trial, and then it was the regular hourly rates after that. But just a great result and very cost-effective. So the value proposition was excellent for it.